And hello to all my Cancer friends, I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free Psychic Tarot reading for October 2023. Now today they have dialed up for my great Cancers a 4-corner spread, and a 4-corner spread is a great spread for general readings because it looks at those 4 main areas that people usually ask about in tarot, which is your health corner, your work, and your financial corner, and ending with the ever popular love corner, the love corner, guys. So we're going to take a stroll through all 4 of them today in Divine for October for you, see what's coming, what you can look out for, and so forth. They've asked that I conclude your reading with a very interesting one. It is a health scrub. So this is physical health. There's something in there. We're going to go through the body parts 1 through 7, the body regions, and see what Spirit wants to talk about. Maybe there's something in there that they want you to be aware of. Maybe there's something we can get kicking better. So we're going to look at it right here today for the month of October. Also going to conclude your reading with the Rune Stone. We're going to talk about some moon cycles, go over some chemistry tracking to see what Cancers are vibing with, what signs are Cancers vibing with in the month of October, and which ones are kind of repel, kind of stay away from energy there. And also going to conclude with a project that I call a homily, which is a little spiritual pep talk done by me. So we're going to get started right now, guys. The cards are already shuffled. I do it ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. And I'm going to bring you in the overhead so you can watch. I like to share my table with you and show you what is going on. And we are live and recording. These are my ritual cuts, cutting each deck into thirds and then putting them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. It is the same procedure for personal private readings, so it's just like you're here with me now, and you are. Need all my Cancers to hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great October. Let's go. Cancer like buttons have been a little bit depleted lately, so we got to get going, Cancer. You can't let them do you like that. So here we go. Your storyline, or I'm sorry, not your storyline, your 4 corners. We start up here with work corner. This is work. Pretty big talkative theme there. In fact, I'm going to do a discard on this in a minute to see if they're talking about a knight as a person or a knight as energetic. Over here, this is love corner, guys. Love corner. And also a very chatty corner as well. Okay, we can see it. Down here, this, guys, is financial. Big theme with the Major Arcana Sun. It gets 2 cards to describe it. And then down here, this is health corner stuff. Health corner, health corner. Short and sweet there. All right, so now we got to check the inverts because we do have some blockages. I don't think enough to matter, though. No, we don't. It's good. We're going to do it by corner in a minute. First, there's a couple things I need to check on. I need to check on this knight. Is this about a person? So I'm going to do a discard. Spirit says no. We're using energetic definition there. Any others to check on? Nope. You just need a Major Arcana for this one because that, I'm sorry, an Angel Oracle card because that is a major theme there with the Sun card. So now we got the Angel card involved and in play. I believe all the work is done checking the individual stories. They're two-thirds blocked here. This is the only story I'm going to do a check on to see if Spirit wants to upright this whole side or if they want to leave it mostly blocked. And they do want to upright it. Now, I do need to keep the order the same. That is incredibly important in tarot to do so. So now all the card work is done. Let me make sure you can see it all nice and clear. So this is a little closer version of the work corner. A little close-up of financial, which is your big one. We'll talk about that last for you guys. Over here we move to love, the love corner. And then the short and sweet one, this will be health. Maybe not so sweet, but definitely short. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's get to work, Cancer. Got to do your health scrub too. So we're going to look at health here, and then we're going to look at it in more detail when we get to your health scrub specifically. I'm actually going to start there. I'm going to do your financial last, and I like to read work with finance too. So we're going to go health, love, work, financial, in that order. So here we go. Let's get started with health, guys. For health, they show that there is something that is a little bit abandoned, maybe neglected, maybe left out in the cold, maybe something that we need to get a little bit of action going on in here, a little bit of health improvements for a lot of my Cancers. Now, the question I would be asking myself right here if I was you is, well, what seems the most likely for me that they would be talking about? You know, what do I need to improve? What have I kind of let slip? Okay, so this is what they're trying to call to your attention right here. And what they talk about next is that there is a new journey, you know, a new chapter at some point here for health here that is rolling in. Maybe not right now, but maybe soon. And it looks like you guys are not ready for it. Okay, there's more that you can do right now to be ready for this next chapter, maybe this next phase in your life or something like that. Or maybe for something else. I mean, maybe for some of you, you have a big 5K to run in Thanksgiving, like turkey trot stuff or something like that, and you're like, oh man, I'm supposed to start running, but I haven't started running yet. Okay, so this is something like that. Where like you need to do something here, but you just haven't been doing it. Maybe for some of you, you should be eating a certain way, or not eating certain things, or kicking a bad habit, but you haven't. Okay, so that's the kind of vibe that's going on here. And they don't want you to be left out in the cold. They don't want you to have bad health. Of course, we're going to look more finely tuned into this when we do your health scrub, so I don't want to spend much time on it now. But anyway, there you go. That's the quick outlook. And I also got to tell you guys too, in the 4 corners, this is how I start all of my personal private readings, my 30-minute service and my 60-minute full service. They all start with the 4 corners. The first thing I do before I even start the timer is I pull these cards in the corners, kind of give me a little picture, a little photo opportunity of what is going on right in your life right now. It gives me a good baseline to work with for you, and we do this for absolutely free on the 30 and the 60-minute service. So check that out on the website, guys. Let's move into your love corner. First thing they talk about love corner, guys, this is going to be just a little bit of push and pull in the month of October. No big deal. Okay, it might feel differently to you. You might feel like, oh, I'm in a big fight with a loved one of mine, sister, brother, family member, relationship partner, good friend. Anybody close to your heart can really come in here in this love corner. So they show that first. It's kind of like a little bit of a quarrel, a little bit of a push and a pull, fighting over something perhaps, or something relative to that. Now, Spirit comes in and says that this is not a big deal. So what they really want you to do is kind of high road it, take the higher approach here. Don't get down, don't stoop down to other people's levels for sure, that kind of thing. So just kind of play it cool. The next thing they show here is the Empress. So they're letting me know that the feminine energy in here is coming in fragmented. It is a little bit skewed. It is not coming in good. Maybe we need some more. We need to get back to the feminine energy a little bit here, the little softer side of things, because all of us are, we have partial male tendencies. We have partial female tendencies. And here they're calling for a little bit of softness here. They're saying some of you have lost your softness, got out of touch with your divine feminine, something like that. So we want to get back to that. That's nurture, that's nature, that's love, all that kind of stuff. So something to consider here for the love corner. We got to open that back up, get that flowing. Now the next thing they show here is kind of how you guys can maneuver around this. This is a surgery. This is a very delicate procedure. They show here it is my 2 of Pentacles, and in this deck that they wanted me to use for you, it is a bird pulling basically a key, and it's pulling a key, what it thinks is a key. So their Spirit is saying you have the key to this, but the bird is actually pulling a pin to a grenade. So Spirit here is saying, you got to handle this key delicately, because this whole thing can blow up. Okay, this whole thing can blow up in your face. You don't want it to do that, so you got to just, whatever you got going on in this love corner of yours, you got to handle it delicately. Little surgical procedures going on there. Now let's move on to your work and finance. Toting right along here. And of course, this is a general reading. We have a lot of Cancers tuning in. I love you all. But if you're looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, I have a bunch of different personalized products on my website and services, scottsagent.com. Check that out, guys. And that will be all about you and not so much about all of your Cancer friends. Cancer for work, the first thing they show is really nurturing money and the work corner. You guys are really either saving here or need to be really kind of working on nurturing your money through the workplace. So this is a work type of deal. Money we're going to talk about separately, but of course they're intertwined, which is why I read them together. So really the need to nurture here. Now a lot of you are hearing things they show me here in your work corner, maybe through other people, through the workplace, or getting new ideas in your head, maybe from Spirit, something like that. They show higher education, higher knowledge, more open opportunities for you here in the work corner are looking very good. And of course, work corner is a big place. It is work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement, if you're of that age, what you spend your time doing that you used to do for work. Also hobbies and interests fall in here, learning new things. For most people, the JOB, but also entrepreneurship. So you can see a whole bunch of stuff in here. So whatever you got going on that applies to this is what they're talking about here. So this can be going back to school, learning something new, getting more information, getting more skills, getting more, notches on the belt that you are ready and you have the tools needed for what you're doing next in the work corner. Now, the next thing they show here is moving action. They got action in the love corner, pointing to the love corner actually, from work. So some of you may be meeting interesting people, if you're single, in the workplace, that this would be a month where that kind of moves forward with action. So what is an action? Like a date? It could be, it's basically a step It's a love step with somebody, a step that wasn't there before. So a step being made. So for the others of you who are like in a relationship or married or something like that, the love action here just could mean something that you're doing at work that you really care about, doing what you love at work. Maybe you get to work on a new project at work, something like that you really care about or you feel very deeply towards. Or Spirit is just saying, hey, you know what? You need to do what you love for work. Period. And that's it. Like if you're not doing that, you got to get on this path and you got to take this action. When? October. So there we go. Next up, guys, we move into that financial corner. And they talk here about brand new stuff coming in. So this is going to be a big month for a lot of my Cancers with new moon energy. So best time right here to go over those moon cycles with you. I'm just doing it very briefly here because they haven't changed much from last month. There's only like a 1 day difference here. And they're talking about new moon here when this comes up. So this is bringing new things in. In this case, it'll be talking about new finances. But the best time for you to bring anything new into your life is going to be the middle of this month, the middle of October. It's actually the new moon is on the 14th, but anytime right around there is going to be huge opportunities for you to bring new things in, manifesting, praying, bringing it in any means that you do that with. So this is a great time to bring new things in and start new things, start a new diet, go for that promotion, start saving money, start budgeting, whatever you're going to start is a really good opportune time for the middle of the month. Now, as we get into the beginning of the month, when most of you are checking out this video, we're still in full moon energy from September. So when you enter the first couple weeks of October here, it is actually the best time to be getting things out. And it's actually going to pinnacle, it's going to premiere even later in the month with our full moon. Our full moon comes in October 28th. So the 28th, the end of the month, is the best time to get things out of your life and kick them out. Purge it. Get rid of bad habits. Get rid of money spending habits. Get rid of people that are no good for you. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's getting it out of your life, it's full moon energy. I want you guys to check out my moon cycle cheat sheet. It is on my website. It is free. I update it every single month for you guys to give you a little graphic aid, a visual depiction of how these moon cycles move in and out. So your financial, what they're talking about first is that we have the Sun card coming in. It is the best card in the tarot deck, guys. That's the good news. The bad news is it's inverted. It's blocked. There is something in the way of these good finances coming to you. What is it? We need to get something out of the way. Maybe it's a tendency. Maybe it's a bad habit. We already talked about bad habits a little bit, but something here they want to get out of the way so your financial corner is just like blissful. And right now it's just almost there, but not quite. Something's in the way. They talk about the Devil card next, so that is habitual usually. Maybe it's spending habits. Maybe it's habits in regards to the way that you work and that affects your finances or what. But the Devil card comes in as like a bondage card, like a handcuffed to something card. In this deck that they wanted me to use for you, it shows kind of wearing a mask. So kind of like presenting something that you're not, a little bit of persona energy. It reminds me of maybe living above your means a little bit, spending too much, making it look like you're rich and fancy and the best and the brightest, but really, you have a hard time paying for it. So yeah, it's not necessarily always worth it to do that. Usually it's not. So anyway, bonded to something here financially that we need to break free from, because the Devil card represents being bonded to something that you don't want to be bonded to. So we got to break free from this thing. So that is your goal for October. They also show brand new, which is what I refer to the moon cycle as here, is a great time to bring in new love financially here. So it's basically, tarot translation is saying it's a great time to spend money on family stuff, guys. Middle of October specifically, but really October in general, because it's coming in for your October spread. So October, you're getting an okay from Spirit here to spend money towards family-related things that you need for the family, maybe like a car, maybe like something for the house, maybe new furniture, something like that. I'm not exactly sure what, but they do bring in comfort. So this makes me feel a little bit like furniture for some of you, finding comfort in certain things. And that's what they want to get you to do financially here, is to get to a place where you are comfortable financially and you can do good things and help everybody else as a result of that. So in the card specifically, it says, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Comfort. So if you read between the lines a little bit, there is a little bit of healing going on. So maybe the finances were rough before. They're starting to kind of fix themselves, or some things are getting ironed out here as we enter October, and hopefully you can continue that progress as you move through it, because they do show some people in your ear. So you guys are hearing some new ideas, new ways to do things, not only with work, but with your financials too. Very interesting there. So while I'm looking at everything here, let me grab a Rune Stone for you. Four Corners is usually a short and sweet reading, and it's been relatively short and sweet. Mix these up. They're already mixed up. Give them one more swirl. And here we go. Rune Stone Cancer. It's going to be this guy right here. and this is the rune of Gateway. We got Gateway coming in here. So what is Gateway? Gateway is basically a bridge from one point to another. It's an opening, an opportunity, but more like a bridge, I would describe it as. So it's basically saying, it's just like what we talked about here. How can we get this sun card to be kicking full stream? How can we get to this gateway that gets you around that kind of booger bear, that rain cloud that we talked about? We need to get that sun coming out. So the gateway, they want you to find the gateway. Gateway with work. They talked about learning new things and that the information is being provided to you. It's all there in Gateway. Gateway up here in the love corner. Learning to get this divine feminine kicking again and learning how to deal and to tiptoe here when you need to tiptoe and so forth. Down here in health, well, we're going to get more into health in a minute, so I'm going to just pause that right there. So there you go, Gateway through at least 3 of the 4 corners, and with health, I'm going to kind of get into a deep dive here with your health scrub. So I have not used that many cards. If I use 10 or more, I usually like to reshuffle. We're at about 11. We're kind of on the cusp there. I am going to reshuffle. I'm going to be very, very thorough here with you. I do not want to mess anything up with the health scrub whatsoever, so I'm going to cut away to do that. I'll be right back. Okay, Cancer, I am back. The cards have been reshuffled, but I just realized that I didn't do your chemistry tracking. I'm supposed to do your chemistry tracking before the health scrub. So we're going to do your chemistry tracking right now. Now, the card work's already done for that. That gets done ahead of time to save a whole bunch of time. So I'm basically just talking about my notes here and what they got for you guys. They did with 1/3 of my signs this month. And last month, no sign got this last month. So this is a very interesting thing that they did to you, Cancer, here. So for week, they show a weak connection with Cancers with Scorpio, okay? Energy might be a little off, a little fragmented, a little weird energy going on with some Scorpios in your life. Maybe not the best, but look what they did. Strong energy, Cancer with also Scorpio. They gave you both. So what is more than likely going to happen here, any Scorpio that is in your life, it is going to be really, really great or really, really bad. Okay, there's going to be less middle ground and more polarization. It's going to be either great or not so great with that sign here for my Cancers, which is Scorpio. And interestingly enough, Scorpio got the same thing as you guys. They got Cancer for both. So this is just a complete mirror of each other. The polar opposites, just like the poles of the earth, you know, due north, due south. That's what's going on here with Cancer here with Scorpio. So keep that in mind with the Scorpios that are close in your life. It can be really good or really bad. Of course, we want it to be really good. So turn that hate into love and so forth. So there we go. There is your chemistry tracking, something to keep in mind for those of you who have Scorpios in your life. Now let's get into your health scrub, guys. The cards have been reshuffled, like I told you. Going to ritual cut it one final time. Into thirds it goes, back together it goes. Here we go with health scrub. Health scrub is available as a personal private product on scottsagent.com. And also as a chakra scrub, which is more spiritual health, if that is more your style. So here we go. I'm going to read these depending on where they go with it, but I pull at least in order 1 through 7. So here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, we have good distribution of the inverts. We have no major arcana cards, so they're going to kind of let me go wherever I want to go with this here. I do need to check on this guy, see if that's about a person. They say no. Okay. All right, so let's, well, I'm going to start at the bottom actually and work up, because this bottom one they gave me is a weird one, and I know I'm going to struggle with it, so I'd rather struggle with it right away. Get the hard stuff out of the way first. So this is number 7 on my list here, which basically is the base of the spine. This is also like hip area, joints as far as the hips go. This can be some sexual organ type stuff. This can also be extremities like arms, legs, hands, and feet. Okay, so this is something like that is what they're referring to here. And here they show you kind of giving it away with health here. So maybe some of you have just kind of let something slide here. They show you're giving it away, like you're letting too much out without getting the return back. It makes me feel like maybe for some of you who work physical jobs, you're depleting your body, you're running your body rough, or maybe in October you're helping somebody move and you're just really you destroy your body going up steps or something like that, or lifting heavy, something like that, or hurt your lower back. So some of you are just kind of, this is something that you're giving away, so just be cautious about that in the month of October. More cautionary note than anything else. When we move up here to number 6, this is kind of lower stomach area. This is more digestion related type of deals. And here they show, it's kind of a heartbreak, but it's a weird kind of heartbreak. So for some of you who have issues or concerns in the lower stomach. This is something that Spirit would say that they want you to kind of look deeper into in the month of October. So this is like the good time to go to your doctor to get something checked out down there that's like feeling off or something like that. And for those of you who don't feel anything, no funny business going on in that area, that message is just not for you. We move up to here. This is number 5. Number 5 is kind of your detoxification organs, spleen, liver, upper gastro. Here they're talking about here very good, taking great pride in this. So actually, you're either really good here or a lot of you are doing cleansing type of stuff in October, and I would bring up this as a great time to do that. The thing that's popping in my head is like the lemon and the apple cider vinegar thing, but any kind of cleanse is like really good to reboot your system here. So any kind of digestive cleanse, I would say it would be really great for my Cancers to kind of look into that in the month of October. Don't wait. Moving up from there, now we get into number 4, which is heart, lungs, breasts for women, also back, spinal stuff. Here they show inaction with love. So love is a weird suit. I think they're just saying inaction here. I don't think they're really pointing to any direction with love. I think they're more saying inaction here. We need more action in regards to health in this region. So take that to how you would apply it. For me, I would kind of say like, are you getting enough cardio? Get your heart rate going, right? Getting your lung health from breathing in all the oxygen, something like cardio does. It does both of those things. Maybe for some of you, you're not moving your back around, more mobility and flexibility, something like that, something to consider. Moving up from here, we come into throat area, which can also be dental. And this is coming in very, very good. Any of you who have concerns here, I would say probably just you're being a worrywart. You're worried about nothing here. It's coming in great. At least right now it is, okay? Keep that in mind. Moving up from there, we got kind of the whole head area. This can be eyesight, hearing, sinus type of stuff, which is what I got kind of inflamed right now, going on, a little head cold. They show here, this is the card of sickness. So this makes me feel more like kind of how I feel. I can relate to some of you guys right here because something's feeling a little bit off here in the month of October. I think it's probably minor, but it's still uncomfortable for you. So it's something to consider. And of course, if you get any kind of ailments going on there, of course your vitamins are great. A, B, C, D, zinc are great for any kind of, whether it be viral or even just bacterial. And then at the top here, we get to the top of the head here, which of course is, not much up there for health reasons. So here they're talking about something that is more all over you, something like muscles, blood, circulation, nerves. This makes me feel like nerves and anxiety for most of you, really. It's just some of you have been letting your nerves or stress or something like that really affect your physical health, and Spirit doesn't want you to do that. Of course, excuse me, of course we want this to kind of be a separate thing. It's like, there's certain things we're going to worry about, but we don't want it to affect your actual health. Stress is a killer. It just, nothing good comes from it. Stressors of the mind, they're just no good for us. They got to go. Do not let it affect your physical health, guys. It is not worth it, okay? Nothing is worth worrying that much about that it affects your health, your body in the physical realm. Third, fourth dimensional stuff. So there we go. Now, we only have one last thing to talk about before we get into your homily, which is going to conclude your reading with a little spiritual pep talk. I just want to tell you guys about the Pet Connect reading that launched last month. The video is out now for it, the promo video. It is great. Our pets, we love them. Sometimes they pass away early. Sometimes we get to enjoy them for a long time. But either way, they imprint on our hearts. We love our pets very deeply, and this is a good way to connect, to get messaging through. And looking at the video, the promo video shows you very detailed of how this product came to be, and right now it's at an introductory great rate that you guys should absolutely take advantage of because it will not always be that low price. So Pet Connect on the website scottsagent.com. Let's get into your homily. Hey guys, Scott Sagent here, and it is time for your homily 2023 October edition. Today I want to talk a little bit about a realization I had, kind of an inspiration through a tarot card, and it was the Three of Wands. I'm going to float a little picture of it up on the screen here for you so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the Three of Wands from what I call my brown tarot deck. I think it depicts the picture very well. And I'm doing the background here to try to match the energy of that as well here for you too. So anyway, this realization I had is that this woman looking out on the edge of a waterway, Maybe in some decks it's a cliff, basically the end of your property, looking out to what chapter is next. It also has to do about chapters in your life. So what is coming next for you? And it made me realize how many people actually don't do things. We wait until the right time to do things. Well, as Buddha says, the mistake that people make is thinking that they have time. And, I terribly misquoted that, I'm sure, but you get the gist, is people put things off and then they end up never doing it. If you go and ask anybody who's successful in a business or who's, gone back to school to take accreditation for a credit course or something they need for college or a master's degree or something like that, anybody who's gone back and done the work, if you go and ask them, hey, do you wish you would have waited to do that a little bit longer? Or do you wish you would have done it earlier? They're either going to tell you that they're happy they did it when they did it, or they wish they would have done it earlier. There's almost nobody who says, oh, you know what? I wish I would have taken that dream trip to Europe, a few years after the fact that I did it. No, most people would have liked to have gone earlier. Maybe they found something they really liked there and would really like to go back and see again. Well, that never happens if you wait for too long, right? And it's just like another silly example, of course, but it's I just discovered a new restaurant nearby my house that I really like. It's actually like a Oriental buffet, and in my head I'm just thinking, all the buffets are the same. They're similar. They're almost all, a little bit different here, a little bit different there, but overall it's the same idea, same concept. Well, I went and I tried this place, and it blows everything else away that I've ever eaten in the area. So this is something, for example, if I had discovered this Oriental buffet the last couple weeks of when I was living in the town that I'm living in, I would have been very upset. I'd be like, oh man, I could have been coming here this whole time. I could have been coming here for years. And instead, I missed this opportunity because I just waited forever. And it's just like so many people want to start businesses and never do. I know somebody who wanted to make candles. They go and buy all the supplies, have everything ready to make a candle business, and then never made a single candle. And it's just like, why? Why wait for the opportune time that may or may not ever come? And just like this card is showing this woman looking out onto the, expanse of the horizon, what is next? Well, what next for you is what's important for you. And the only thing that I would try to encourage from this homily is to not wait for too long, because you never know the timing. The timing sometimes has to be better than it does. If the timing is way off, of course, that's a different deal. But for most people, the timing's either they're unsure of it for other reasons. Maybe they're holding themselves back. That's what happens most of the time. We are our own worst enemies at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, you also need to take risks. You need to do things while you still have the time. And the time is now if you're thinking about it right now. And that's even further reiteration of why you need to go and do things somewhat presently. You don't want to wait for too long. You never know what's going to change between now and then. If you want to go start a business, go start a business. If you want to go start a gym membership or go start a new health kick, go do that. Don't just wait around forever to do it. Wait for the right time. Sometimes you just got to take that little leap of faith. And of course, it is never too late in life. But remember that it is also never too early. So I hope you've enjoyed your homily. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading as well. Please remember to like and subscribe. I do these every single month. Take care. Have a great October. I know you will.